What is in there? Huh?
Gatorade.
That is Gatorade? Yeah. Oh my God. Hey, he got the memo that Fred was gonna be clean today.
Oh shit.
He got the memo that Fred was gonna be clean today.
Gucci.
Hey man, well listen man, welcome to the show, Jordan. Obviously, Channing, Freddie T, I'm RC. First of all, thank you. I understand what this time is like for you, having a friend go through what Damar has gone through. Also, the way the season is now ending, for the New York Jets after such a hot start. But, starting safety with the New York Jets, Super Bowl champion, which is something that no one can ever take away from you, man, no matter what. I love your game because you kind of play it like I did, right? We're going to throw pads around. We're going to put face masks on people, and we're going to see what's happening. And I love that about you. The DraftKings, also Happy Dad. Thank you guys so much for your sponsorship. To all the people that continue to subscribe and support us, we're so grateful. We're coming up on a year now, so we're extremely excited about that. There's been a lot going on, but this is obviously extremely important to us to do this show with Jordan.
Can I say something before we really go?
Absolutely.
Like this guy right here, he gonna try to cut the room in half at some point and say this is the Super Bowl champ side. So if you were sitting right here, he can't cut it in half.
Yeah.
He can do a tunnel vision type thing. You feel me? But he can't cut it.
Can't cut it in half.
He always trying to leave us out.
Yeah, I can't
He's
cut it in half.
nasty, bro. He's nasty.
Hey, I could have did this though.
Yeah.
I could have been like, hey, these two don't count. But no, we're not gonna do that. And too though, he grew up. He's so used to it, man. He grew up in a city with the greatest football organization in the world. So the man seen so many Lombardis and different Super Bowl parades in his life that he's
It's in
probably
the water. Can't deny that.
Can't deny it.
Can't
Can't
deny
I
deny
want
it.
to argue with him about them Steelers, but it's a hell of an organization.
Steelers, boy.
Hold up, limitless. Take a stomach, I'm pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, got me up. On the mission, got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. On the vision, I can trust. Limitless. Take a stomach, I'm pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, got me up. On the mission, got me up.
We're excited though to have you. This is obviously for us a very important show. To have someone not only of your caliber as a football player, but your caliber as a person, also the connections you have to the game and some of the things that are going on right now. Monday night, Buffalo Bills, Cincinnati Bengals, one of the biggest games of the season, a game that's important to you for many reasons, but one, because of the teams and what it would mean for the AFC. Also, whether it's Dane Jackson, obviously, Damar Hamlin, you have your guys out there. It's the first quarter, game starts as we thought it would. Cincinnati Bengals go down and score. Buffalo gets a field goal. Buffalo's back on defense now. The game cuts. Damar Hamlin's down on the field, and you can't really see him. All you see is Stephon Diggs crying, Tre'Davious White, Joe Burrow, and Josh Allen hugging. When you're sitting there, not only as a player, but as a friend, what's going through your head as Damar is being tended to on the ground?
Yeah, just knowing Damar and knowing how much he loves this game, he gives his heart out to it. And then this last 2 years, he's been fighting to get on the field, and he finally got on the field. And I just texted him probably a couple weeks ago. We was talking just about, it's gonna be your time. He always picking my brain about, how to get better and vice versa. We grew up playing against each other when I was little. Played together at Pitt, roommate at Pitt. So I know how much football. I know how much just life means to Damar. So seeing him on the field is painful. Was being a football player and knowing that you think about the injuries that could happen during the game, but you go out there middle of the play, you playing your heart out, you making hard hits and stuff like that. So just seeing him down there, I sat there, prayed in the car. I was going out to dinner, so I called my mom. First thing I did. Just asked her everything going all right. She's making phone calls, trying to find out what's going on. And then, he gets in the ambulance. He's on the field for a while. So you just start to think like, at this point, you just hoping he's all right. You hoping he could, just be able to, just be able to just wake up from all this that's going on. And, we got the good news today, what's going on. And, we was going out to practice. And I was like yesterday going to practice was feeling like it was weird just being out on the field. And my mom texted me as soon as I was going out, and then it just whole different vibe. Went up to coach, told him the news. Went up to some of my boys, told them the news, and that everybody, just cause they don't know Damar, but being a football player, you got that connection. It's just different. Y'all know the football family. It's a different connection than anything in the world.
Bro, you talk about the football family, and we've all seen the injuries. I saw dudes bones pop out their leg. You know, I seen guys knocked out, dozens of them, and then the one this year bad was when Tua was stuck down in Miami with his fingers up. I covered the Dolphins as well. But being so close to home, because that's your boy from childhood, your thought of football. Because I'm out there, I'm training my son to get ready for his season, and then I'm watching the game with him, and my 11-year-old is looking like, Daddy, what's going on? I have to explain to him what happened. So being that close, you know, how did you change your game? Did your mind change about this thing? What's going on now?
I had thought about just like, you know, me and Damar, like we been playing the same position. We were corners getting recruited. Then Narduzzi moved us to safety, and then we were just both out there just trying to figure out, you know, how to really play safety. We would just come down hitting. That's all we would talk about, just, you know, hitting people, making plays like that. And me this year, just seeing him, like people on my team throughout the year, just talking about that number 3, and then I was just like, yeah, that's my boy, you know. And everybody respect his game, you know what I mean? You can see how aggressive he is, and this is his first year really playing on the field. So he's out there trying to make all the plays, and you know I love that for him. But being that close to him, just, you know, it hurts just because I know that it could have been anybody. It could have been, you know, it could have been any one of us. And for him, just the sacrifices that he puts into this game, puts into the people in the community, you know, he's been doing that since college. You know, he ain't have no money in college. He out there doing fundraisers, doing anything it is just to, you know, give back to the kids. Chasing M's, y'all heard about that. He been doing that since we was in college. Grinding on it though, just, you know, trying to get his brand out there, trying to give back. And everybody, you see everybody posting pictures. Like he really got a lot of close boys with him, and people that he shows love, like genuine love, and that's the best thing about him.
You spoke about team football. You spoke about community. There was a clip showing Stefan Diggs going into the hospital, you know, and there are certain events, I guess, in life that happens. And it just brings all of us together, regardless of our differences, you know, our political preferences. Certain things bring us together. Whether you're a football fan, non-football fan, a fan of sport, it doesn't matter. It brings us together. And I think this was one of those events. It's been an amazing outpour of help, support, just people falling in love with Damar. In your mind, seeing this type of support for your friend, you know, how does it make you feel? And if Damar could say something right now, in this moment, what do you think he would say?
You know, just when Damar, when he's finally able to just, you know, sit back and, you know, just think about everything that's been going on, how much love he's been getting, how much support. Like, you just don't know how much love people have for you. For Damar, you know, he's just a kid trying to do the best for his family. He got a little brother, Amir, that he loves more than anybody in this world. What Damar would probably just say is, like, thank you, everybody, for the support. He wants just for everybody just to, you know, go out there, play hard for him, things like that. And, like, we got a game coming up this week, and that's just my biggest thing. You know, you just ask, you change your style of play, but it's like it's a freak accident, and you know, I would go out there. Damar would want me to go out there, you know, give it my all, go out there, hit people like he know I would. And you know, this game we gonna honor Damar for his physicalness and just his love for the game, his love for everybody in the community.
Again, thank you, because we understand what this time is for you. But I do believe it's a little bit unfair to keep asking you about it. As some of the OGs, you know, Fred and Channing, I think it'll be good if our viewers and also, you know, Jordan could hear some of your thoughts about what you saw with Damar, what you've seen since the outpouring of love for him, and also the fact that it's not very often that players get an opportunity to get their flowers for what they do as humans, as people, and off of the field. So you getting an opportunity to now learn about him, as Jordan is already saying, this is who he's been his entire life. What are some of your thoughts on it?
Grateful that he is showing a lot of improvement, a lot of dramatic improvement. Really going back to community, man. You know, just seeing the amount of people come together the celebrities, on social media, the people in your line of work, everybody, for the most part, has been extremely compassionate in their thoughts and their delivery and their takes, and really just trying to open their hearts, and because we've never seen anything like this before. But even as we go forward, to learn the stuff I'm learning about Damar, his foundation and what he stands for, the stuff that he does in the community with the children. I posted something on my story today about, just show love today. A quote from him, just show love. And I say every day, we need to do that more every day and show that compassion. I wish I had an opportunity to meet him before this tragedy. And I still pray and hope that I have an opportunity to meet him, because that's certainly on the list. Like I was saying, we have these different events that happen in life, man, and you just never know. But it spreads awareness. It allows us to come collectively as a group and really just love on each other and get rid of all of that negative bullshit. Like, that's for the birds. So it's really hard to find words, man, but it's a loving moment and situation, and I think that's what it's about for me.
RC, when it happened, and you see Susie, and you saw Booger, you saw Shefty, you saw, Joe Buck and Troy and them.
Right.
You saw Lisa Salters down there. She answered one time, and my eyes watered because you heard her voice cracking. So they're doing that, and then I'm watching ESPN, and you pop up, and I say you did the best job of anybody in that situation, bro. It was crazy.
Thank you, man.
Like, you see it and you get excited, and then I'm like, RC, but I knew he was gonna kill it. That's the crazy part. I was like, oh, they got RC up there? Hey, SVP, I love you. Cut him loose. But no, bro, I gotta say you did a great job,
Thank you,
man.
man.
Just proud of you, man, and just proud to know that I'm in, I know we joke a lot, but know that I'm in, we are boys really with a very talented person. So that was amazing, and the emotion you put behind it. But I would say my answer, first, just a concern for Damar, man. Like I'm saying, I'm sitting, my son is touching me. And we just got through getting ready to play this game, and then I'm hearing and watching what's going on, and I just keep looking down at my son. Like, 6-7 years from now, this, I don't know when this will be. So that was my first thing. But the positivity of it, man, was I saw some article, and they had a picture of Damar, and it said, America's son. Because that's how people really were dealing with it. Like, the world picked up on, like, everybody is sitting on edge. See, people are missing sleep that never even knew his name before this. Right. And I get discouraged by the humans sometimes, I ain't gonna lie. And especially them dumb bastards on Twitter with the negativity. It'll get you sometimes about humans, but man, I saw what happened. Freddie, you brought up the foundations, the support from the league, the teams, random fans. Like, to see humans get behind a ball player, and you think for so long, and you kind of feel it when you play, like, I'm linebacker 1.
Yeah.
I'm safety 1. You know what I'm saying? I'm running back 1. Like, I'm not a human. This is a job, and I'm just a piece out here on this chessboard. That was taken away so fast on Monday night. And I say, just taking the positive of that, bro, that's what I took, that, like, it's still good people out there. And everybody jumped on this bandwagon, and there's nothing you could do. To be honest, if you ain't one of them doctors, it was nothing you can do, but you sat on it for days worrying about this young man. And, bro, that's what I say. It really encouraged me for humans.
Different things come from these type moments. We tend to get better, across the board. And as the NFL, it tried its best, as a corporation to do the right thing, to make the right call, regardless of the amount of time it took. Some people, why it take so long? It's protocols and processes that have to take place. But I think that it'll make the game better, not just on the field immediately, that immediate impact by having these emergency devices and equipments close by, but also when it comes to the benefits, being vested in where we're gonna go with that. So I just think these type of events, they are huge shocks to all of us, and it gives us different mindsets. And I think overall, we all will get better, because of it.
We'd be remiss to not go back and also give credit to the Buffalo Bills training staff, Denny Kellington. I've talked to people inside that building. He displayed the utmost poise and understanding of the situation. He was only focused on Damar the entire time to make sure that he was okay, to make sure that he was doing everything to truly keep him alive. When you hear that someone is receiving CPR on the field, you understand and know that that's not a normal activity of a football injury. To all the people at the University of Cincinnati Hospital, to you as well, to the first responders who also got Damar to the hospital, to all the Cincinnati fans that have been parked outside and creating a visual, to all the Buffalo Bills fans, to all the teammates, the coaches. We salute you guys for your support and for all that you did in making sure Damar could at least get to this point. And we pray that he continues to heal as so many people support him.
To pivot away from that and to go to back to your career, your time in Tampa, because I saw that Tom donated a big sum of money to the
to daycare.
Right. So, Tom, did he, as a leader on that team, did he display that type of compassion and commitment throughout the team when you guys were teammates in Tampa?
For sure. You don't know what you're going to get from Tom when you're not on his team. You're just looking outside in, hearing stories about him. And then when you get to actually play with him, he showed everybody love every day. He told us when we got there, just treat me like a regular person. So we in the locker room, Fournette over there clowning him every day, talking mess. Yeah. You just got dudes in the locker room just being themselves. Tom out there, I think he got out of his comfort zone a little bit of something, things you didn't want to see on the media. And with the Patriots, he started doing in Tampa a little bit. They say it's that Florida in them now, but he's a leader. He in practice every day, he bringing out the best of you. And he doesn't really say nothing to the defense. He let the defense handle what the defense did, and he just controlled the offense. But he bring it in practice and during camp. We was out there. It was work. We was competing every day, trying to pick them off, betting who's going to pick them off first between the guys. Things like that. But then when we got in the Super Bowl, he never really broke it down. Let Devin White, Levante handle that Super Bowl. He just we need this one. This is the one you will remember forever. He said a couple words. Everybody looked at each other. And it was time to go after that. And we knew he was winning after that one.
Let me ask you this, because you came in 2018, right? Mm-hmm. And Tom got there in 2020.
Yeah, Tom got there.
2020. And Tom was probably 42 at the time? 40 something.
Something like that.
You ever have an opportunity to pick him off in practice or anything? And if so, how does it make you feel to pick off the GOAT?
Yeah, I had twice I got to pick him off. But I remember first play, I think the camp when we started, my boy Mike Edwards, our safety had picked him off first play. That set the tone. We was just all right, now we gonna see who get the most this year. But picking him off in practice, it took a while. It took a little later on in camp, and I was just every day dang, it ain't my turn. People getting them, and I ain't getting one yet. But then I finally got him, and after that, I kept the ball. I still got the ball, practice ball, whatever. But it's just he made me really focusing on trying to get better, reading the quarterback in the middle of the field, working on little things that I probably wouldn't have worked on. Just from him being able to say I played against Tom every day to really get better. I mean, I took advantage of it.
Bro, don't feel bad. I played in his division. It took me 6 years to pick him off. It took you a couple weeks, you good to go. That man is special.
Couple 1,000 reps.
On the other side of that, thinking about Damar as well, it makes you think about Pittsburgh.
Right.
And the pride that not only people have in who the Pittsburgh Steelers are, but the pride that they have in the city. The stars from your cousin Darrelle Revis to Larry Fitzgerald playing there, obviously Aaron Donald, yourself. There's so many. I don't think it's ever really brought up the type of talent that comes from that state alone. Right? I remember at one point, I'm not even sure if it's still the same, it was the most Hall of Famers in the entire world came from that state. And so when you think about that and the pride that you carry, obviously being a Pitt Panther as well, what has that done for you to now become a Super Bowl champion, to be one of the toughest players at the position? How much pride do you take in the place that raised you and where you're from every day you step on that field?
Yeah, just from growing up, It's a small town where I'm at. You know, center, Aliquippa. It's all you do is play football.
What are some of those names from Aliquippa though? Because
You got Tony Dorsett, Ty Law, Darrell Revis, Mike Dicker. You got John Baldwin. Well, I'm forgetting. You got Josh Lay. I know you got like Josh Lay. You got
Aliquippa.
Aliquippa, man.
Never heard.
The Quip.
I had to have a nickname. I didn't know the real name.
It's like real close. Aliquippa Center, Hopewell Town area. It's like real close, and everybody, it's a little football community. Growing up though, it's just football. We playing little league, the championship like twerps, termites, mighty we call it midgets, little banner league. It's serious, coaches, arguing. My uncle was my coach all my life, and he, we out there football practice carrying sand baskets and doing workouts, push-ups, and with our equipment on, running up the hill, just crazy stuff. That really, just like that gritty football that we come from, that's all you do. It's just hard-nosed, it's just you don't pass the ball when you little. You running a ball every play. So you come downhill, you hit somebody, you running the ball, 42 downhill, you know what I mean? So growing up and going to Pitt, it's like they preach that all the time. Like, we still hard, still workers. Like, so it's just hard-nosed football. The Steelers, it's just you little, it's just hard-nosed football. That's still football. I just took that with me like since. And even though I'm not in Pittsburgh no more, I went to Tampa. That was just my MO. That's what I was going to be. I was going to be the hitter. And I played a little bit of offense in college and high school and stuff. And at running back, I used to tell people like I play running back like I play safety. So I'm gonna get the ball and I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna try to truck you. Like I'm gonna try to hit you. So I ain't the biggest, but I pack my punch. But yeah, just a story with Damar. It was either I would play him once, and I would play him every other year. My little cousin, he's 1 year younger than me, so my little cousin would play him, and then we would play Damar. And then my little cousin's age, they would get Damar and they would go up, kill them like 32-0, and then it'll be the next year will come. I'll be ready for them. Like I'm about to play Damar. I gotta come ready this game, and then we would always get the win though. So I had that big brain, but me and Damar always joke about stuff like that. Yeah. We was always he was always 3, I was always 3. And we got to Pitt. I had 9, somebody had 3. And Narduzzi, I was like, all right, next year I'm gonna get 3. He's trying to get Damar to come to Pitt. So he like, I might have to get the number 3 to Damar. We want to get him and all this. And, I was a little mad. And I was like, all right, he got it. So the whole year he was playing safety with me, just like, man, he got my number on.
Your cousin, Darrell Revis, what was it like growing up watching arguably one of the best cornerbacks in the history of the game? He just made the finalists for the Hall of Fame just recently. So, what was that like, being able to just get in front of the TV on Sundays and just watch your family and hear the commentators say, this is the best cornerback in the league? Like, that had to be crazy. It
was. Like, at the time, I didn't really know what was going on. Like, I'm just...
12 years apart, right?
Yeah, like 12 years apart. I just remember when we got drafted, I was a little kid with his Pitt practice jersey on, sitting on the ground. Not even he got drafted, called his name, everybody going crazy. I'm just saying, I don't know what's going on. And then as years go on, I just started to pick up football more. And then I used to just really, all right, I like to play corner. He's playing corner, I want to play corner. So I got to high school, I started playing corner. And I'm just, watching this film all the time, thinking I'm a press corner. Revis Island out there, everybody, his mom bringing the shoes by the house and stuff like that, the Revis Zooms. And, it was crazy just watching him, being able to say that's my cousin, and he got his own island and things like that. He motivated everybody back at home. Like, football everybody just start talking about defense now. It's like everybody wanted to play defense instead of just playing offense. And I think that's really when I just all right, I don't got to play offense. I don't need to shine on the offense, scoring touchdowns. Like, defense might be where I play. And I was corner all the way up to my senior year. And I went to safety, and then I got to Pitt. Narduzzi, first day of practice, I was at corner. He was like, I went against his receiver. He got me off the line, took off. I think you're going to try you at safety. And then he moved me to safety. And then, so now I can't really, I still play man and stuff, so I watch Darrell's tapes all the time. But, I had to try to find somebody else to monitor my game after. And I was just telling Ryan that being a Steeler fan my whole life, like, everybody knew who you were, man. Like, hitting people, yeah. And then you saying, tweeting out when we won the Super Bowl, Just one of the best cut tacklers and stuff. I really appreciated that. I ain't really get the chance to tell you that though, but it meant a lot to me and it motivated me.
You're a Jet now. You got unlimited access
to all the Reeves
Exos,
Field.
to all the Reeves Field.
Sure.
So you walk around the facility like just envisioning your cousin being here and all the greatness. Like it gotta feel good.
When they called me and we was talking over this offseason about signing, I did have like, all right, this is crazy. Like I got to be able to play same place he played. He finished with Tampa where he was there for a little bit. It's just like we just go on the same path, flipping, just flipped. And when I got there on the visit, I was just his picture everywhere over the wall. And I was just thinking just about like the legacy that he had here. And then he came in this year for the Ring of Honor. And just really getting to see him and his mom, really just to cherish that moment. It was cool. Because Ty Law, when I was a couple years ago, got inducted into the Hall of Fame. He's an Allen Cooper dude too. And I was there actually at the right before the Super Bowl at the show, and then I didn't even realize he was getting inducted. And then he got inducted. I was just like they putting the things in perspective. Like this could be real. This is real. They really when I was in college just gave me like hope. Like this I could do this. Like I ain't gotta go a different route. I could really play football and start taking it serious. And they just gave everybody hope back home. Hey
man, so you just like you say you at the Jets now. You got a little sack. That's why your outfit is so nice. but no, man, you went fourth round. Like I was third round. We were late rounders. He didn't even get drafted. They leave him out. But no, even being that third, fourth round dude, and then you went in and just started balling. Like 16 stars the Super Bowl year. Like went in 11 stars, 14, 16. Like you went in as a big piece of the Buccaneers. Did something click? Did something happen? Like what made you the baller you are? What made you just get paid? Because I would expect a fourth rounder to not be able to get there that fast.
Right. I think it's just, I never, growing up, just never really cared about the spotlight and nothing like that. I just like to really work out, play football, make plays. I don't complain, just do my job every day. And that's what I hope everybody will say about me. But when I got to Tampa, I was already upset because I was a fourth round pick. So I already had a chip, just like, I got something to prove. And got there during camp. I was running with the threes a little bit, twos here and there. And then first game, I'm like, all right, I'm going to get some burn. I ain't getting no burn. And I just started like, all right, I got to really lock in. And from there, really, I would say that first game, like that preseason, though, I was going hard. I was making hits, again, injured during preseason, coming down, trying to make a point. And then I remember the first game, my first play, I got in. They ran the ball. I was in the middle of the field. Dude broke loose. I came out of the middle. Boom! Smacked him, got up, a little dizzy. Went to the sideline. I'm like, I hope every hit ain't like this.
These boys big.
These boys big. But no, from there, I just I really, kept that chip on my shoulder. And then really learning how to watch film. It's just, I always like watching film, but I never learned how to really watch it. And when I got to the league, it kind of made it more interesting and made it more fun for me just to really, I could really get better now because I know what I'm watching. I know how to watch film. I was just going out there watching myself, looking what I got to do better. But now I could understand what these guys doing, understand the offense a little bit now. And, still to this day, it's like I got a lot to prove, a lot to prove. I ain't do nothing yet, and that's just the chip I'm going to have. That's what's going to make me get better.
Channing mentioned, being a fourth rounder and being able to make that immediate impact. And then now being one of the guys on obviously one of the better secondary or best secondaries in the league, and obviously defensively as well. But you were number one overall recruit in Pennsylvania.
For sure.
When you were coming out. So you understood you had that talent. When you think about what you guys are building in New York now with that defense, obviously, having yourself there, Sauce Gardner, DJ went crazy this year on the outside, but you got Quinnen up front, linebackers that go sideline to sideline, and bang. When y'all started this season and y'all kind of got on that run where it was truly about the defense playing well, what was the feeling around the building? Did you guys feel like y'all had a defense that could carry y'all into the playoffs?
We didn't really feel that early on. We were just out there, I think because we had a new group, like in the secondary. It was a whole new secondary. So we were just trying to fill each other out, trying to see like everybody making plays individual here and there. and we trying to just get it like chemistry, build that chemistry together. And then I think, right around, I think it was after the first, we got that Cleveland win. We started off a little slow early, then we got that Cleveland win, and then things as a defense started clicking. Like, all right, we got some dudes now. Like the secondary, like Sauce, he ain't young no more. He making plays out there. They was calling him a mod until he got a couple plays, and then a couple weeks in he got Sauce. So we started building that, especially in the secondary, just building that swagger, getting that chemistry with each other. And I think like going to the end of the season now, we did a lot of good things, but we have a lot of proof next year, and we got a lot of dudes on this team that's gonna be here on the defense, and we excited. Like we talk about every day. Like even this week, we still hunting. We want to keep these dudes under a certain amount of yards and make plays so we can be number one defense. We still got goals.
We had G5 on the show, Garrett Wilson, and he basically said after the Seattle game, he felt like y'all let it get away. You guys didn't continue to play the way that you were playing and basically pissed away a great opportunity. Do you feel the same way about the way this season has ended?
I do. We had a lot of chances. Like I think we had 4 chances, I think, at a time. Like we had 4 games left and we were so focused on winning each game or winning all the games. I think it was just like we needed to focus on each week because, we lost to 2 and then it's like y'all still got a chance. So it's like we should have just really been honed in. I'm talking defense perspective. I don't talk about the offense really. It's like we just, we knew that we needed to create turnovers, create points for ourselves, and we couldn't give up those field goals each drive, and letting them drive down the field to kick a field goal. We did let it slip away. We had too many opportunities, and that's the painful thing because this was the year. This was the year, but we got to rebuild again. We still got we got a young team. We don't got a lot of vets on the team. That's the difference. With the Bucks, we had a lot of vets. It was a lot of older guys, and then now we got a young team, and that's why I think we started a little slow. But no, we gonna find it and build that chemistry.
Man, I don't need an evaluation because we ain't coaches. But there was criticism of Zach Wilson as a human. And that's what I wanted to ask you about.
Sure.
His extra intercepted touchdowns.
Right.
They were questioning like his how he acts, how he's with his team, saying his team don't like him and all that.
Right.
How is y'all's quarterback, Zach Wilson, and the rest of the team?
Yeah, now coming in, like, me and Zach hit it like off the nail. Like I was just talking to him, talking about like you got like a quarterback coach and training staff just coming from Tom Brady, and then DJ Reed was with Russell Wilson. So we both went up to him just to see, what he got going on. And he was solid with that. He was taking care of himself, got a nutritionist coming in, cooking for him, and he's up on that. So that's what DJ at first was like, we got to check him real quick and see. That's how he be. Right, yeah. So he did that. Zach every day, like OTAs, he coming in, he breaking the huddle down, he doing like things like that, showing that leadership. And that's what I thought was missing. And I'm like, all right, he's trying. You could tell it was uncomfortable, but he was doing it. And like that's what you want from your quarterback. You want them to lead the team and, like things like that early on the OTAs. And I respected him for that because, it was uncomfortable for him. So I was like, all right, y'all just let Zach be. Like he trying. He doing good. He balling in OTAs. He doing his thing. And then that injury. I think when that injury happened, it kind of just, for him, he wasn't the same back there just being able to use his ability as a runner. I think when he got back, it wasn't like he didn't feel confident. But as a person, he's that quiet. That's how he is. But if you go up to him, talk to him, and force a conversation with him, he gonna be your best friend. You just gotta, certain people, they quiet. Like that's myself, but you come up to me and talk to me, I'll tell you everything, like we best friends. And I think that's what Zach, you just gotta go up to him and approach him. He's not the type to just come up and approach you, really. That's the thing. But Zach a cool person. He a good dude. He wanna be great. He practices hard. He work hard. Take care of his body. He do the right things. You know what I mean? He just at times, it's just hard when you come back off an injury and then.
You said earlier, the league is different.
Yeah, the league is different.
I remember walking in and touching one of them offensive tackles and being like, damn, this dude is strong as hell. Yeah, this league is different, bro.
It's the new year, and we're in a great place to celebrate. There is no New Year's festival or event like New Year's at Times Square. But that also means that we're halfway through the college basketball season, and DraftKings wants to give you a little more convincing so you pay attention. So any new customer that uses the promo code PIVOT any $5 wager on a college basketball game, you instantly get $200 in bonus bets. And that's not all.
And you want a way to wager that 200 in bonus bets? Try the same game parlays. Bet who's gonna win, by how much they're gonna win, and even bigger winnings can come to you on the back end. I love same game parlays.
Hey, but the only way that can happen, you gotta download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right here on your mobile device. It is as simple as 1, 2, 3. You get the money like 1, 2, 3.
Hey, you never know, man. He could probably be on Could Have Been Records right now. And remember, any new customer, any $5 wager on any college basketball game, you get $200 in bonus bets when you sign up and use the promo code PIVOT.
Having won a Super Bowl in Tampa, though, and then coming to an organization here in New York, a team that hadn't had much success of late, but you had an opportunity to see it firsthand. How long did it take you in your transition to New York to feel comfortable in your leadership role and taking some of that from Tampa, what you saw every day,
Right.
what you learned from those veterans to bring to this team? How long did it take you to get comfortable where now you were in that leadership role and bringing on the guys like Sauce and all of the other guys?
Yeah, so like I said earlier, I let the offense kind of just handle them. But as a defensive dude, like we all together all the time. When we out there on the field, walkthroughs and stuff, I'm making sure everybody communicating. Like things like little things that, Coach Todd Bowles at the Bucs showed me. Like he would restart walkthrough, we wasn't communicating, stuff like that. So little things like that, I pride myself on getting everybody lined up. So I showed my leadership really through example. We get to the weight room. I'm in there lifting all day. Dudes is following behind, things like that. So I think I picked up on that. Like as soon as I got there, I wanted to show really like what this defense, like try to change this program around, show this defense like what we're going to be, giving it identity. So it was on my mind early on from the first day I got there to do that and step out get out my comfort zone and speak up a little more, talk to the defensive coordinator, meet with him, talk to him about some defensive schemes and stuff like that. I think that's just what I've done this year more, or even like last year, just picking up. I got to go early and meet with the coach. I got to be different.
We, RC was saying we had G5 on. I don't know if you've seen the clip, went viral about the rookie dinner.
Yeah.
So you're on defense, you're in the secondary. What was that like, having Sauce?
So
how was the rookie dinner?
I was thinking before I came here, because I remember you asking me. And we about to have ours on Monday. So.
After the season.
We about to have ours coming up Monday. So
you was in charge of it?
Me, Hardy, and DJ Reed, we the vets in the room, so we go ahead and.
So you guys doing all of the rookies or just the secondary?
We gonna do this, just the secondary. But some guys probably link. Some guys on the receivers might come in. So some of the dudes, so everybody like Sauce. So everybody got a time in, get a little piece.
Hey, listen, he top 5 now.
Top 5.
Oh yeah, he got bread.
Top 5. Top 5.
Let me into a quick. You leave Tampa. I hung in Tampa before. Odyssey 2001.
Oh, you early.
The old Rachel's and all this.
Mons Venus.
And then you get to New York City. What's that difference?
Man, New York is big. I'm from Pittsburgh, where there ain't nothing really to do. You go in the city, you go down the street, they got something going on this street. And then my dad, he from Harlem actually, so he told me, he like, you don't need to be hanging out in the city, just go to practice, go home. No, that's
so that make you want to go to the city.
Okay.
Don't go
I
over
see what
there.
you was doing when you was young. But no, it's a difference, Even like the fan love here is just, you got so many fans, you got a big market, and it's way different, you under a microscope for real. Like it's just everybody see what you do after the game. You go on Twitter now, you type your name in, it's 1,000 tweets compared to the Bucs. It's a vacation spot. People ain't really Bucs fans. They just they ain't true Bucs fans. But here, they gonna tell you what it is after the game.
You missed one tackle. You the worst tackler ever. I hate him. Get him out of here. You mentioned your father, and we've also talked about family a ton in this show, whether it's you talking about Darrell or just growing up and your brother playing against Damar. You told me before the show your father's been here, and we like to check in on people. Your brother passed recently. He was shot in Pittsburgh. Simply, how are you doing?
I'm good. I appreciate that. It was just at the time when you get that call, you just don't know you don't know what to think. You just hope he's gonna be all right. Instances like this happen all the time, but you never really feel like it's gonna happen to somebody that you know. And then even like a friend, it's a brother. It's different. It's like blood brother. I think about it every day. Just how good of a person he was, just to me, how he made me feel like nobody other. He would hype me up, you know what I mean? Just, I could be doing the worst on the field, he still gonna hype me up. If I get off the field, he gonna let me know, but he gonna hype me up to everybody else. And just little things like that, what makes me just keep that smile on my face, keep playing this game with passion. And then, like you said, being from Pittsburgh, it's just like Damar. It's a community that everybody knows each other. One person has a football camp that's in the league, everybody goes to it. You show love to your brother, and it's not even just the Pitt players like Miles Sanders. Anybody from Pittsburgh that's there, they have a camp. People show up and just show love. It could be a little event, for food, anything. You just got a lot of love in Pittsburgh. And then for guys like Pitt guys, it's just big that we do give back. Everybody has their own camp every year. Everybody does a little extra foundations and things like that. I think it's just something that, like you said, the Pittsburgh water.
When you get an opportunity to go back on the field this weekend, and you mentioned those things earlier, that you're going to play a certain way because that's the way you feel Damar would want you to play. You mentioned the smile you have on your face when you think about your brother, because no matter what was going on, he would hype you up. And it made me think about you in leadership. You were speaking about the leadership and being in the weight room and being and watching film and those things. I think you've shown that leadership to have lost your brother on Halloween and still go out there and play, go out there and lead. The way you're saying about going out and playing for Damar, what is it in you that has allowed you to continue to be positive in this time where, I'm gonna be honest, man, I've never met Damar in my life. Mm-hmm. This week was heavy for me.
Right.
I normally work Tuesday. I had to go to a funeral after, and I was happy to be at the funeral because I didn't have to answer questions about that. Yeah. What has allowed you, man, to just keep going and continue to be positive and continue to have that energy to be able to lead this New York Jets team?
Yeah, I just, with this situation going on, I really just think about, how much work and, from the years that Damar has put in, just from little stuff, for him training for the combine, just, asking me questions and always just trying to get better, texting me I'm missing too many tackles, I need to do this, what I need to do. It's just those little things that every day, and he texted me a couple weeks ago talking about just cherish these moments on a post I posted, cherish these moments. I'm like, you right, bro, I gotta remind myself of that. So him just saying that, me going back and reading that, it's I gotta really cherish these moments, because when my brother passed, I said the same thing, every day I gotta be positive, and time goes away and you kind of forget. So with this, I'm just I really it's a new year, I gotta start really just trying to, like you said before the show started, that positivity and stay away from that negative stuff. So we still got a game to finish this week, finish strong. I think that's what, like you said, Damar, it's all about Damar this week for me. I think that's what he would want us to do. You seen what he said. Did we win? Right. It's all about we want to win, so we still got stuff to put out there.
After the season, is it now you all in, Damar, you about to, that's your number one concern. But my real question is, when he's back right, what's his first trip? Because I don't invite y'all to Atlanta.
Hey, we was already talking about trips and stuff. So
I'm telling you, man, there's some spots
I'm gonna leave it up there. Leave it up to him. Wherever you trying to go, we out.
Yeah. But is that the focus? I know you're gonna lock in Sunday, do your thing, and then when that game's over, is that where your mind goes right to? I was thinking about it when he was asking that question. We get taught to compartmentalize stuff as ball players. So right now, I'm trying to living through you as a player still playing. Where if this was to happen, with your brother, now with one of your best friends, but you got to go ball. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You got to
yeah.
put them blinders on.
Yeah.
So now when you can take them blinders off, it's
For
like
sure.
that. Is that just gonna, do you
Yeah.
believe, because obviously
I
they're not
do.
off yet, but do you believe then when them blinders come off, then you're going to get to another mode?
For sure, because I this week, like I said, yesterday was weird, and then hearing that news today, it brought that like, all right, we got a game, like I'm ready to go now. And then as soon as it's over, I already think about going to check up on him, staying with him as long as I just want to talk to him, talk about just everything, that he's been through, just the support and how much love I got for him, little things that I appreciate him on, and from there, I really, like right now, just focus on like just fixing myself, family, being closer with my family, God, things like that. Just been a long couple months, rough couple months, and it's just a new year, and everybody want to start the new year off with something, but that's gonna be me, just family, God, becoming closer, stuff like that.
Man, I love that. I think this is difficult to ask of you, obviously because you're a Jet and Damar plays for the Buffalo Bills. And I also don't believe that you can necessarily speak for him. But when you hear he wakes up and he says, did we win? Or he at least motions or writes down and wants to know about winning. If he had an opportunity to walk into that locker room in Buffalo or have an opportunity to speak to those guys, what do you think he'd most want them to know?
He really wanted them to win, like to win the Super Bowl. And, I don't even think he would want them really just to like play for him, because Damar, he's a hard, like I said, he's a hard worker. He's a special team player all of last year, the beginning of this year. And like for him, it's not even about just being that guy. He actually want to help the team win. So him probably bringing a lot of positivity and, motivation to that Bills team, I think that's what you want them to do, is win. And I'm my boys over there, Dane Jackson too, my roommate, they were both my roommates in college and things like that. So I always hope them boys do good. And I hope Dane go out there, ball out, and I know he gonna do it for Damar.
And I want to put this into perspective for people who don't know and who don't necessarily pay as much attention. Early on this year, Dane goes out with a serious injury. We didn't know at the time whether he was paralyzed, was it his neck, concussion? We didn't necessarily know what it was. And Damar, obviously being on the team, had to deal with it, but you had to deal with it from afar as Dane being one of your best friends. Recently, Damar did an interview and they were asking him about the prayer they say on Wednesday, or about the closeness between the team. And he said, I hold Dane's hand a little bit tighter because you never know when it's going to be the last play. And for now, Damar to be going through a situation that's even beyond that. As a human and as a friend, you've been through a ton too, just having to watch those things and lose your brother. And so I want to tell you, man, like, I'm proud of you. I don't think there's enough people in this world that get opportunities to see people going through things and watch their strength and actually acknowledge that that strength is difficult, that it's hard. We as a world were touched by what we saw Monday night, and we never met him. Right? To live with the person, to be honestly, to party with the person, but to cry with them and to work with them, you get there's a different level of love, but there's also a different level of connection. And so I just want to tell you, man, the strength that you're showing is exemplary. And I think the fact that you can still go out and play and you can still be positive, those are the things that loved ones want from us. And so, man, continue to do that. On the other side of it, I'm wearing a Damar jersey tonight. Call Fanatics and Rube, we appreciate you. We were able to get it. They've also jumped in supporting Damar, and all of the proceeds from the jerseys that they sell will go to Damar and his foundation. And I think he has, and the one thing people will be able to say about him, he truly brought a world together that was in one of the most divisive spots this country has ever been in. And we were trying to find ways to come together. That was a night, whether you were blue or black, it didn't matter. Whether you were black, white, yellow, brown, it didn't matter. Male or female. Like, we all understood how important it was to see him pull through. And now it seems that he's going to do that. For you, man, just an ending, what has this year taught you about yourself, and how are you going to use that going forward to be a better Jordan?
You know, my boy always just say, he like, you stronger than you think you are. And, you know, I didn't take that like, at first when my brother was passed, I was upset. I was, you know, crying randomly, things like that, just stuff I don't really do. I don't really show a lot of emotion. And it was coming out, and I'm like, all right, I gotta just let it out. I can't keep trying to hold it in, and then it make it worse. And he was just telling me like, you know, you stronger than you are. You think you are. My dad, same as me. You know, I show no emotion. And then for me, it's like, all right, I gotta become closer with my dad. So I gotta become closer with my mom. And they just both been at the house a lot. And you know, it really taught me, you just like you said, you gotta cherish these moments. You know, you can't let them take them for granted, because you never know when it's gonna be your last. You never know it's gonna be your last time you see somebody, or the last time, you know, you get to talk to somebody. And for me, it's just, I just don't want to be in that position thinking I should have done this, should have done that. So, you know, this is the year to, you know, somebody calling my phone, I'm gonna answer, you know, text people back, call people, check up on people. You know, just don't take things for granted. You know, you never know when it's gonna be the last.
I wanted to piggyback on RC's question and ask you, you know, what's been your biggest pivot in life? But I also wanted to ask you, has anyone ever told you look like Iman Shumpert and Amari Stoudemire?
Like both of them in one together?
No,
if they had a baby? That's what you said.
Yeah, to say that one. No, I never got that one.
Okay, let me process.
You see, we look like somebody.
Yeah, like somebody. But no, seriously though, along those lines, man, you've been through a lot. You know, you've been through a lot. But we do like to ask our guests, you know, what has been their biggest pivot, you know, in life. So I want to pose that to you.
Right. I always thought it would be like, you know, a couple years ago, I had in college, just both my grandmas passing away, like around the same time. That was a hard part of my life too, because I was a little younger, and but I was a little younger, so I didn't really understand, I think. But now, like my brother, that really opened my eyes to a lot. I think this was probably the toughest time for me. Just because, you know, I thought I was gonna be fine. I told myself I'm gonna be good, you know. And then it was just hitting me. It was day after day after day. And I never had I think for this long that I think about on a daily basis. But you know, now I use it. It motivates me. It pushes me through. It's not. I use it. I'm not sad about it, and I accept it. And I just, you know, I think about what he would want. And that's what I'm working on now. It's still early, so I'm still trying to just, you know, go back home when the season's over and really get situated.
Well, you know, they're discussing a lot of different playoff scenarios right now. One of those scenarios might be an 8th game or an 8th team or something. So the Jets might get back in. Now, if the Jets get back in some kind of way, y'all gonna make some noise or not?
All we needed was to get in. We was gonna make a run. We just needed to get in. We was gonna make a run.
Appreciate you,
dog. Appreciate you,
man.
family.
Hey, man, you cool with Lenny?
Yeah, that's my dog.
Man,
Yeah, we about to go on vacation after this.
You know he gave me some shoes, right?
Yes, sir.
Hey,
You know, Lenny gave me some shoes.
He did.
Yeah, man, and them my size right there.
What's crazy, we had Bijan on.
Yeah.
I just looked at his high school stats. He was running the air out of that.
He was
mother-
He's number one receiver in the
almost
state, bro.
2,000 yards. He had 1,933 yards on 148 carries.
Yeah, no.
Bro,
He went
and
crazy.
another 500 receiving.
Y'all seem like Pennsylvania top heavy though.
Like you said, like it's
Y'all
the
got like
guys.
bad
and then-
then y'all got nobodies.
But see, though, that's
It
what we
could
talking
get like
about.
that. It
Hey,
could get like that.
tell them how cold Tyler and them was, though.
Oh
in high
yeah,
school.
he ain't lose a game. He won every state
Boy.
championship.
Boy,
yeah.
Yeah,
They were like
Yeah.
60 straight. Huh?
Really?
Yeah.
Like Allen Cooper, they single way, but they play triple way. They play up
Oh,
2
they had to
classes.
play up.
Yeah, because they just
Wow.
they only got a couple
Drag
kids,
people.
but yeah, they be.
Yeah.
Hold up, limitless. Take a stomach, got pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling got me up. On the mission got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust. Limitless. Niggas send me campaigning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, get me up. On a mission, get me up.